The Leyland P76, launched in June 1973 by Leyland Australia, stands as one of the most ambitious yet ill-fated vehicles in Australian automotive history. Designed to challenge the dominance of Ford, Holden and Chrysler in the large car market, the P76 was a bold attempt to create a locally engineered sedan tailored to Australia's unique driving conditions. With its innovative engineering, distinctive styling, and a prestigious Wheels Car of the Year award, the P76 initially promised to reshape the market. However, production issues, financial constraints, and the 1973 oil crisis led to its commercial failure. Despite this, the P76 carved out a remarkable legacy in motorsport, particularly through its successes in grueling endurance rallies like the Peking to Paris Motor Challenge, and notable performances by other drivers like Tom Barr-Smith. This essay explores the P76's design and development, its sales performance, and its competitive history, delving into its innovative features, challenges, and enduring cult status. The origins of the Leyland P76 can be traced to the mid-1960s, when British Motor Corporation, or BMC Australia, sought to compete in the lucrative Australian large car segment, dominated by the Ford Falcon, Holden Kingswood and Chrysler Valiant. Unlike BMC's earlier offerings, which were often rebadged or modified British designs ill-suited to Australia's harsh roads and vast distances, the P76 was envisioned as a clean-sheet project. In 1966, BMC Australia's long-term model policy group outlined plans for two new vehicles. Model A, which became the Morris Marina, and Model B, which evolved into the P76. Codenamed YDO26 for the sedan and YDO27 for the coupe, the P76 was designed to surpass its rivals in interior space, serviceability and practicality. With a boot large enough to accommodate a 44-gallon drum, a nod to Australia's rural needs. The project gained traction in 1969, following the merger of BMC and Leyland to form British Leyland Motor Corporation. David Beach, Leyland Australia's Director of Development and Production, led the initiative, prioritising ease of maintenance to reduce costs for owners and mechanics. The development process was a collaborative effort between Australian and British teams, with engineering prototypes rigorously tested at the Motor Industry Research Association MIRA test track in Nuneaton, UK, under Roy Brocklehurst, a former MG engineer. The P76's development budget, however, was a modest 20 million Australian dollars, significantly less than what Ford or Holden allocated for their platforms, reflecting the financial constraints imposed by British Leyland's broader struggles in the UK. Italian designer Giovanni Michelotti, renowned for his work with Triumph and BMW, was tasked with styling the P76. His wedge-shaped design, featuring a prominent front grille, expansive glass house for visibility and clean lines, was forward-thinking and anticipated the styling of later Australian cars like the Holden Commodore. However, the P76's proportions, particularly its inset wheels and heavy rear quarters, drew criticism for appearing awkward, a compromise attributed to British Leyland's oversight and limited design resources in Australia. Michelotti's vision was constrained by the need to integrate existing BLMC components, such as the E-Series engine, into a new chassis. The P76's engineering was groundbreaking for its era. It featured a McPherson strut front suspension, rack and pinion steering, and power-assisted front disc brakes, features not yet standard on rival models. The unitary body was lightweight yet robust, with the executive model weighing approximately 1,250 kilograms, lighter than its iron-heavy competitors. Two engine options were offered. A 2.6-litre inline-six, derived from the Austin Tasman Kimberley's E-Series, and a 4.4-litre aluminium V8, an evolution of the Rover Phase 8, originally a Buick design. The V8, equipped with a single Bendix Stromberg carburetor and pressed steel rocker covers, delivered 141 kilowatts and 380 newton meters of torque, offering superior power and fuel efficiency compared to many six-cylinder rivals. The V8's lightweight construction was a key advantage, making the P76 agile for its size. The P76 was available in 3 trim levels: Deluxe, Super, and Executive. The Deluxe offered a balance of affordability and comfort. The Super targeted budget-conscious buyers, and the Executive appealed to the premium segment with luxurious fittings, like leather seats and air conditioning. A coupe variant, the Force 7, was unveiled in 1974, featuring a hatchback design and V8 power, but only 56 units were produced before the project's cancellation, with most scrapped but 10 survive to this day. The Force 7's sleek lines and rarity have since made it a collector's gem. 3 prototype station wagons were made, but only 1 survives. Development faced significant hurdles. An early prototype explored a front-wheel drive layout using an Austin 1800 Land Crab body with a Rover V8. But poor handling and high costs led to the adoption of a conventional front-engine, rear-wheel drive configuration. Limited funding meant compromises in quality control and production tooling, which would later haunt the P76's reputation. British Leyland's insistence on using existing components, such as the E-Series engine, also limited the car's potential, as the 6-cylinder was underpowered compared to competitors' offerings. The P76 launched in June 1973 to significant fanfare, bolstered by its Wheels Car of the Year award, which praised its ride quality, handling, and V8 performance. Leyland Australia projected annual sales of 50,000 units to break even, banking on the car's advanced features, spacious cabin, and competitive pricing, starting at $3,490 Australian dollars for the Deluxe. Early reviews lauded its smooth V8, responsive steering, and cavernous boot, positioning it as a strong contender against the big 3 of Holden, Ford, and Chrysler. However, the P76's market performance quickly unraveled due to a combination of external crises and internal missteps. The 1973 oil crisis, triggered by the OPEC embargo, caused fuel prices to soar, dampening demand for large cars. Although the P76's V8 was relatively efficient, delivering up to 21 miles per gallon in highway conditions, public perception shifted towards smaller, fuel-efficient vehicles. Industrial action at Leyland's Zetland plant in Sydney and among component suppliers disrupted production, leading to supply shortages and rushed assembly. This resulted in poor build quality, with issues like water leaks, electrical faults, and misaligned panels becoming common. These reliability problems earned the P76 a lemon reputation, undermining its early promise. Here are a few comments from the motoring writer Pedder Davis, who had personal experiences with the P76.
What was your response to P76?
I liked it. I personally liked it. It had a lot of, I won't say union-induced problems, but the unions were not very keen for the P76 to succeed, because they felt that if Leyland went under, they could really put the squeeze on the opposition with Ford and Holden and Chrysler. And there were endless times when the P76 was short of various components, and so they'd have to be stockpiled on one side while they got more components, because there was a strike here or a strike there, or difficulty here or difficulty there. And again, the P76 could have been improved with more testing, but that was not possible at the time. But it was, in fact, a very worthy motor car, and still is, incidentally. Anybody who's driven one recently would know that. It was a very good car.
The Whitlam government's policies, including tariff reductions and economic reforms, fueled inflation and eroded consumer confidence. Leyland Australia, already strained by British Leyland's financial troubles in the UK, lacked the resources to address production issues or mount an effective marketing campaign. By 1974, sales had plummeted, with only 18,007 P76 produced, including approximately 300 limited edition Targa Florio models inspired by the car's rally success. Production ceased in November 1974, and Leyland Australia's Zetland plant closed, bankrupting the company's local operations. Limited assembly continued in New Zealand into 1975, but the P76's market presence was brief. The P76's failure had broader implications. Wheels magazine, embarrassed by its 1973 award, revised its Car of the Year criteria to include imported vehicles, acknowledging that the P76's win was partly due to limited local competition. The car's poor reputation overshadowed its innovative qualities, earning it the moniker Australia's Edsel and cementing its status as a commercial failure. Despite its market struggles, the P76 excelled in motorsport, particularly in long-distance endurance rallies, where its lightweight V8 robust chassis and long-travel suspension shone. The car's most notable early achievement came in the 1974 World Cup Rally, a 17,000-kilometre event from London to Munich via Africa and Europe. Driven by Evan Green and navigated by John Bryson, a near-standard V8 P76 triumphed in the rally's toughest stages, winning the Targa Florio stage in Sicily and finishing 13th overall. The car's minimal modifications, a roll cage, rally seats, and reinforced exhaust, underscored its inherent durability. Had the team not lost time in the Sahara due to flawed route instructions or stopped to assist competitors, a top 10 finish was within reach. This success inspired the Targa Florio Special Edition, featuring metallic navy blue paint, silver stripes, and a limited slip differential. The dramatic story of their World Cup adventure was subsequently detailed by Evan Green in his book A Bootful of Right Arms, now out of print and a collector's item. The P76's rally legacy was significantly shaped by Australian driver Gerry and navigator Matt Bryson, son of John Bryson, in the Peking to Paris Motor Challenge, one of the world's most demanding classic car rallies. The duo's results in a series of this event highlight the P76's transformation from a commercial failure to a motorsport icon. 2010. Peking to Paris Motor Challenge. Crown and Bryson competed in a 1964 Holden EH, winning the classic category, pre-1975 vehicles. This victory marked their first success in the event, covering approximately 14,000 kilometers across 12 countries in 37 days. The Holden EH's reliability set the stage for their later P76 campaigns, demonstrating their ability to prepare and pilot robust Australian vehicles. 2013. Peking to Paris Motor Challenge. Switching to a 1973 Leyland P76, Crown, then aged 81, and Bryson won the classic category, covering 12,250 kilometers across 12 countries in 33 days. They narrowly defeated a 1965 Porsche 911 driven by Peter Lovett and Tim Smith, who took second place and the European trophy. Crown praised the P76, stating, "The victory is all down to the car. Every night, Matt got under the car, checking and fixing everything to make sure we kept going hard. It's the best rally car I've ever driven." The P76, nicknamed the Time Machine, was meticulously prepared by Bryson, whose engineering expertise ensured its reliability across challenging terrains like the Mongolian steppes. 2019. Peking to Paris Motor Challenge. Crown, then 87, and Bryson achieved their third Peking to Paris victory in the classic category, again in their 1973 Leyland P76, covering 13,687 kilometers across 12 countries in 36 days. They edged out a 1973 Porsche 911 driven by David and Susan Danglard by a mere 2 minutes, with Chris and Kirkbury's 1972 Datsun 240Z taking third. Crown described the event as the toughest yet, but also very enjoyable, noting the need for more 87-year-olds in the field to keep me company. Bryson's nightly maintenance, including checking and repairing the car under harsh conditions, was critical to their success.
So yesterday we had about 350 kilometres of really rough roads to do at a reasonably high average. We did them all, we loved it, it was really good. So today's just been a day of solid spanner checks, seeing what we banged loose. Lots of dust. We started car 112 and obviously overtook lots and lots of cars all day, so we had lots and lots of dust and we were just absolutely filthy by the end of it.
Yesterday was long. We did over 500 Ks. No tests, so that was okay. Just a question of keep driving. The car's going okay, so I didn't have a problem yesterday. The other day, this previous day wasn't so good because we had that bad gravel track. Anyway, we're doing okay.
The P76's durability shone through deserts, mountains and forests, earning praise from John Bryson, father of Matt Bryson, who called it the best long-distance rally car he has ever seen. 2024 Peking to Paris Motor Challenge. Following Gerry Crown's passing in 2021, Matt Bryson returned as the driver, paired with navigator Mike Pink in the same 1973 Leyland P76. They secured their fourth Peking to Paris victory in the classic category, covering 14,500 kilometers across 10 countries in 37 days, May 18 to June 23, 2024. The duo faced fierce competition from a Porsche 911 Safari, driven by Lars and Annette Rollner, who led early in China and Kazakhstan, but lost time due to a navigational error in Azerbaijan. Bryson and Pink capitalized on this, steadily increasing their lead to Paris. This win was particularly poignant for Bryson, marking his first without Crown, honoring his late partner's legacy. Beyond Peking to Paris, Crown and Bryson competed in the 2015 Road to Mandalay Classic Car Rally, finishing second overall and winning the Malaysian Cup for Speed in an 8-kilometre time trial, beating a Porsche 911 by 4 seconds. Their P76's performance in these events transformed its image, proving its suitability for endurance rallying. The P76 also saw success in Australian rallies, particularly through the efforts of Tom Barr-Smith. In 1975, Barr-Smith and co-driver Rob Hunt drove a V8 P76 to victory in the first round of the South Australian Rally Championship, demonstrating the car's competitive edge in local events. Later that year, Barr-Smith achieved a 6th-place finish outright in the Warana Rally in Queensland, and a remarkable 4th-place outright in the Victorian Alpine Rally, part of the Australian Rally Championship. These results highlighted the P76's versatility across varied terrains, from gravel roads to forested stages, despite its large size compared to smaller, nimbler rally cars like Datsuns and Escorts. Many other drivers have taken the hint that the P76 is a great rally car. Here are a few photos of just some of the cars that appear on the internet that we have selected at random for your interest. Some details of various drivers are available to us, and they are as follows. In the 5th round of the 1975 South Australian Rally Championship, Lou Rayner and Jeremy Brown secured another victory in a P76. The 1979 Repco Round Australia trial saw 5 P76s entered, with drivers like Hal Maloney, Bruce Garland and Ted Dobrzynski achieving varying degrees of success, further cementing the car's rally credentials. Hal Maloney, competing in the 1974 Southern Cross Rally, learned of Leyland Australia's collapse just before the event, but still managed competitive performances. In the 1995 Mobil 1 Around Australia trial, Maloney finished ahead of Holden racing legend Peter Brock's factory-backed Commodore, a testament to the P76's enduring capability. In contrast, the P76 struggled in circuit racing. At the Bathurst 500, driver David Oxton found the car outmatched by lighter, more agile Chrysler Valiant Chargers, which dominated due to their superior handling and tyre efficiency. The P76's weight and chassis limitations, optimized for road comfort rather than track performance, hindered its competitiveness in circuit conditions, despite its V8 power. The Leyland P76 remains a polarizing chapter in Australian automotive history. Its innovative features, lightweight V8, advanced suspension, and spacious interior, set new benchmarks for locally designed cars. However, its potential was undermined by rushed production, limited funding, and an inopportune launch amid the 1973 oil crisis and Australia's economic turmoil. The P76's commercial failure led to Leyland Australia's collapse, with only 18,007 units produced, but its motorsport achievements have ensured its enduring legacy. The P76's rally successes, particularly Gerry Crown and Matt Bryson's Peking to Paris victories in 2013 and 2019, and Tom Barr-Smith's wins in the 1975 South Australian Rally Championship, highlight its robustness and engineering prowess. These triumphs, alongside the 1974 World Cup rally performance and other Australian rally results, have elevated the P76 to cult status among enthusiasts. Surviving 4.7 coupes and Targa Florio editions are highly prized by collectors, with some fetching high prices at auctions. The P76's V8 engine continues to be used in race cars, kit cars, and even ski boats, underscoring its versatility and durability. The P76's story is one of ambition thwarted by circumstance, yet its motorsport achievements reveal the strength of its design. It serves as a cautionary tale of the challenges facing smaller manufacturers in a competitive market, but also as a testament to Australia's capacity to produce innovative vehicles. The P76's journey from Australia's Edsel to a celebrated rally icon, driven by the likes of Crown, Bryson and Barr-Smith, reflects its complex legacy, ensuring its place in automotive history as a flawed but fascinating underdog. This has been a production by Curious Jag. Please like and subscribe.